Hello, human beings! This is going to be a short video about vocal technique, whatever that means. If you're like me and you have existential questions about jargon, I want to briefly acknowledge the mythology of having good technique and the insinuation that having good technique will magically somehow prevent you from injuring yourself vocally. At this point in life, I really hope that I can just say that's a lie. There's nothing true about it. Think of it like working out. Your technique being your form during exercises, having good form. Yes, sometimes having bad form can lead to injury, and you want to be careful about that. Having good form can at least make sure that you are exercising the right muscles, that you're kind of going in the right direction that you intended to go in, you're doing the task you wanted to be doing. And it can sometimes mean that you are more efficient. As a nerd, a really quick, Google definition of the word technique is a way of carrying out a particular task, especially the execution or performance of an artistic work, or a scientific procedure, skill or ability in a particular field. But your second definition, a skillful or efficient way of doing or achieving something. Efficient is probably your most important word when we're talking vocal technique. The way that we would understand that doing, let's say, a push-up at the gym with really good form, shoulder blades in the right place, body is correctly aligned, and you're just kind of dipping down, dipping up, and muscularly dying. Yay. Assuming that that's what we're thinking of, I don't think there are many human beings on planet Earth who would assume that because they are maintaining correct form during that push-up, that injury can never occur. For whatever reason, though, we think this way about voice. It makes no sense, but we make this mistake constantly. So there's nothing that a human being can do to guarantee that an injury will never occur. It's just not physically possible. If it was physically possible, everyone would be doing it. It's not possible. So, yay. Mistakes and injuries happen, and yeah, sometimes it's no one's fault. And sometimes there's nothing you could have done about it. Sometimes it's bad luck. It doesn't mean you have bad technique or bad form. Top athletes get injuries. Nowhere does anyone turn around and say, oh yeah, you know what, this football player sprained their ankle. Oh, it must be because they're a bad football player and they don't know how to run and they don't have running technique. But we do this to singers constantly. We victim blame. And we do the whole, bullshit mythology of, oh, they must have had bad technique. And then we listen to them with the amazing insight of hindsight. And we're like, oh, see, you can hear that they have bad technique. And you're like, really? No. Don't bash singers, don't bash yourself. And that takes me on to my second point of technique. Technique is there as a useful guideline. It is a tool to help you. It's supposed to make your life easier. So I just want you to be aware, and I want you to be conscious of people around you in your environment who are using technique in order to bully you, to berate you, to belittle you and your skills. And I especially want you to be aware as singers if you might have started doing that to yourself. Like if you make a mistake or if something doesn't work, do you sit around whipping yourself and bashing yourself saying, oh, I must have terrible technique? No. 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 You're fine. I'll tell you, you're fine. I have never heard you sing. You're fine. Just be lazy. Be lazy. Technique is not a black and white binary thing. It's not, oh, you have good technique and you have bad technique and there's no gray space in between. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to others. And accept a little bit, just a little bit of complexity. Life is a little bit more complex than good and bad. And I'm assuming that no one watching this video is a 2-year-old toddler, so you can handle that complexity. You can deal. I trust in you. Woo! The world is full of myths about good technique. Does it feel good to you? That's a good starting point. Does it feel bad to you? It might not work for you. That might not be what you want to be doing at the moment. Sometimes things feel a little bit bad. As long as you acknowledge that they feel bad, your teacher acknowledges that it feels bad to you, you can contract working through that. But, you know, if it feels bad to you, and the person opposite you is saying, no, you did it right, it feels great. Just be aware of that. Communication is good. In the description box below, I am going to link to my website where you can go and you can sign up for my ACCs. And if you're wondering what is that, nobody knows. Find out. So basically, if you just want to be more in touch with me, this would be the best way. As always, if you have any questions, put them in the comments below and we can talk. Yay! About this. Woo!